And so the Ducati Night Shift has a removable seat, which you have to read the manual. It has, I think, 3 points you have to push and click. I have to look first about that. And to tender the battery, which for me, they don't give you a tender. You have to tender the battery. I use these solar panels from Dokio, which gives me here power, and then we'll connect to the battery here like this. I'll just use my Harley battery to show you. If you have a Harley lithium ion battery, actually, if you have one, be careful, because the plus and minus are on the opposite sides. It's American. So negative and positive, yeah, and then I use my Dokio to fill it up with. However, I don't need to with this one because it's already full. Anybody with a Harley, recommend this. It takes 7 pounds off the weight of the lead acid. Has cycles 2 times more than lead acid batteries, and doesn't lose charge during storage if it's disconnected. And this onboard tester shows the current state of charge. Minus on the left, plus on the right, other way around. So anyway, just wanted to show that Dokio, which I bought on Lazada.com. You can get on eBay. You have 4 ones, one panel, double panel. This is a double panel, and it folds into a portable waterproof case. So, and it's monocrystalline, so even if there's no sunlight, just clouds, it will still charge your battery. So it's a great way to tender the battery of a Ducati, which needs tendering, because all night, just like a Harley, the LEDs will be flashing. It has some kind of warning or alarm system. Yeah. The ECU and so on. So you have to tender the battery, which means once in a while taking this off and connecting a charger. And they don't give you a tender, but you have to tender the battery. So I bought this Dokio, which you can see is more than 12 volts even. It will say 13 if I connect it here. Negative, positive, 13.3 volts charging, yeah, 13.4 volts. So it will charge your battery. So I recommend that. It cost me about 120 bucks. And you can't just do that. You can use that and the battery to plug in lights with multi-plugs. Has 2 USB chargers for iPad or a USB fan or anything. And if at night this stops working, you can use the battery you have connected to power, like solar power, some lighting, a fan, and an iPad or a computer or something. Here you can have up to about 3 things, depending if you charge a big battery or a small one. So for on a boat or camping, it's not just good for a battery tender, yeah? And it can charge a USB device without connecting to the battery. So this doesn't even have to be in. If you take that out, yeah, completely, you can still use these. You just have to put that in the light. So you can sit on the beach with your laptop and your iPad, yeah, and plug it in and keep it charged without a battery. But you can charge a battery and use the battery at night to have solar 12 volt electricity at night during a power cut. So, great tender for the Ducati Night Shift. Very recommended, yeah. And after driving in the wet yesterday on a really wet road in a rainstorm, I got up to 160, nearly 170 kph. It stuck to the road like glue, as in the video I made, which unfortunately you couldn't see in front of the road because my GoPro tilted down. You could just see my hands driving. But I'm going to make another GoPro video so you can see the beautiful views in Krabi, Thailand, and see the road ahead of me and the traffic. So another review coming after this one. This is the first attempt at a review and learning how to try and put the video together and tell the story to make sense. And review it for people who drive Ducati in Thailand, not in Europe, where they complain that these tires are too knobbly because it's more a road bike than a scrambler. It's a road bike for a little bit of scrambling, but not too much. But in Thailand, the roads, sometimes they are red dust roads, sometimes they are tarmac, sometimes they are wet, sometimes they're oily and slippy, sometimes they're sticky. You have gravel, you have big puddles, holes in the road. And so for England, maybe these tires, Pirelli tires, you would prefer the wiggly line type road tires. But for Thailand, this Ducati Night Shift and the tires it has with it, these Pirelli knobblies, are perfect for Southeast Asia with the roads we have to deal with sometimes. If you're in the Philippines or Thailand, this is a perfect bike to drive through all road conditions without dangerously slipping.